Welcome back to another week of What's Up in the Upper School. I'm Reese Britt along with Cara Faulkner, and we are currently broadcasting from the WOW studio.
Do you hear that?
It sounds like singing.
Well, the fine arts are in full swing and Spartan athletics are doing special things on the court and field.
If you've been around Webb long enough, you know how exciting this weekend is for the school. If you're aspiring to be an artist, need some art for your room, or need to get a gift for your mom or dad, you want to tune in now.
Yes, we're excited that Webb is hosting its art extravaganza down in the LAC for yet another year.
Art Extravaganza has over 35 different artists, some from the Knoxville area and others from surrounding cities and even states. Great opportunity for the Spartans not only to get some fantastic art, but also help our local community.
We had a chance to catch up with some people who play a vital role in the coordination and advertising of Art Extravaganza.
Art Extravaganza is an art show and sale where we have over 67 juried artists that come and sell anything from jewelry, pottery, woodwork, oil paintings, watercolor, drawings. It's got lots of different variety of what people would consider to be art. And it is in our 19th year here at Webb School of Knoxville, and it is one of the premier art shows in the Southeast now.
And how do students get involved in this?
Students can get involved in a variety of ways. We actually are here in the student art room where lots of their work is displayed. Typically, the art teacher will ask, may I display your work? And if you want it displayed, then it will make it down here to the student art room. The other way that students can get involved is through volunteer hours. They can be an artist greeter where they stand outside the door of student art or at the main entrance and they greet customers coming in and just sort of direct them to, this is the main art room, this is where you'll find such and such, this is where you'll find student art. So that's one way they can do it. The other way, the last way, is a program called Artists in Action. So let's say you have a student who loves to watercolor. So she will set up in an area just right outside the student art room. She'll have her paper, her watercolors, and she will be working on a piece of artwork as all of the customers come by, and they can talk to her and ask her what she's doing. So we just call it Artists in Action. Those are the three ways typically that students get involved.
First fall concert, then madrigal season, and now the Chamber of Singers are going to sing. But this time, it isn't just to sound pretty. This time, it's for bragging rights.
You're exactly right. The choral side of things here at Webb has been very busy these past few weeks prepping for the J.B. Lyle competition down in Chattanooga. Leanne Johnson is ecstatic to be taking, for the first time ever, 4 choirs to compete this year.
They will be competing against other schools within Tennessee. Director Ms. Johnson says, I only take the best of the best, and this year I'm excited to be taking just that.
With that, let's check out how their performance went and talk with choir department head and director, Ms. Johnson.
Sure. It's a festival that involves schools across East Tennessee, and it's named after J.B. Lyle, who used to be a choral person, a very popular choral person in the East Tennessee area. So the J.B. Lyle Festival has been around for over 25 years. I'm not sure exactly how long. We didn't go last year because we were involved with the symphony and used our time rehearsing for the symphony, Beethoven's Ninth, which was exciting. So we're going back this year. The festival has 2 parts. Each choir has to sing 3 songs, and we do a sight reading portion. In the sight reading portion, we do melodic dictation, where we read 4-part harmony, and we also do sight reading rhythms. So that's a little complicated and takes some work. So this year is the first year in several years. I think I've only done it one time at Webb, where I've taken 4 choirs that I feel like are very prepared for the competition. So I have chamber singers, festival choir, we're doing a men's choir and a women's choir, and the students are amazing at preparing. They've worked on their own at home and did recordings to practice their parts. So I think we're ready for tomorrow. It's a little nerve-wracking, but I'm excited. And, you know, it's kind of like in a ball game when the ball goes up, I'm ready to go. So I'm ready to go tomorrow.
you think is more excited, you or your students?
I don't know. I think it's probably combined. I'm probably more nervous than they are, but tomorrow when I get on stage and I'm ready to hear them sing and they sing so pretty, then that's when I'm probably more excited than anybody because it's fun.
On February the 27th was recital night. It was both the strings and band. Small groups of students performed a small piece of music for everyone that attended.
Here's an interview with Miss Stout to talk about the experience.
Up to this point, most of our performances have been large groups where students have a chance to hide, students have a chance to blend. So what we do is we break them into chamber groups, which are smaller groups where they can't hide, where one or two students are pulling apart and they're very exposed. So that is the learning curve. It's not necessarily how hard or how easy the music is. Did you pull your weight in the small ensemble? I think they did well. I mean, it was a learning curve, especially for the younger students that have never been through that. And for a lot of them, that's the first time that they've ever been that exposed on a part. So I thought it went well. I like it, but my favorite part is being backstage. You know, where I can dance and goof and cut up with the people and get them to laugh a little bit before they go on. Because really, in reality, what is it? 1.5 to 2 minutes max per person up there. So it's just walking them through that process. Not necessarily the end performance product, but seeing them go through that process.
Are you smarter than a Spartan?
I know I sure am, but we hoped you enjoyed last week's debut of Are You Smarter Than a Spartan Trivia. We hope it gave you a laugh and maybe you learned something you didn't know.
A week has gone by, and I have confidence that this week the students will blow us away with their intelligence. Lily Grace, take it away.
Hey Molly, how many letters are in the alphabet?
26.
True or false, bats are mammals?
True.
Hey Veronica, if a shopping cart contains 1 apple, 2 bananas, 3 oranges, 4 mangoes, what % of the cart's total contents is fruit? Hey Grayson, from which country did Mexico gain its independence in the 19th century?
Mexico.
Hey Ethan, does the sun orbit the earth?
The earth orbits the sun.
Hey Michael, the Battle of Gettysburg was fought in which war?
Hey Lily Grace, it was fought in the Civil War.
Hey Luke and Zach, what was the first day of the 20th century?
January 1st, 2000. 2000.
Hey Grayson, how do you spell the word intelligence?
INTELLIGENCE.
An insect has 6 legs. How many legs does a spider have? 8.
Now it is time for this week's segment of Spotlight on the Spartans. Our main topic this week is the men's basketball team who had their state quarterfinal game against Webb Bell Buckle on Saturday.
We also have an update on how the men's wrestling team did in their state championship in Huntsville 2 weekends ago.
These past couple weeks, the Spartans continued their hunt for championships as 2 teams made splashes in their state tournaments. The Webb Wrestling took 5 wrestlers to Huntsville to compete in the state championships. Senior Jake Fuller and junior Brick Boroff were a part of that group.
The team, we had 5 people go to state this year, and four of us came in 7th, 1 came in 6th. So, I mean, we did pretty decent for, you know, such a young team.
I got 6th place at state out of 8, so I did place still, but last year I did get higher, so I didn't do as good as I wanted to. But it was all right, and I had a lot of fun with all the guys, and it was just really fun with the coaches supporting us and stuff. And I learned that even if something doesn't go your way, it's not about that, it's about how you come back from it.
You know, everybody had some really good matches. We all wrestled hard. Eli Davies was probably most improved on the team, I'd say. It was a really fun season.
Now changing our focus to the hardwood. The boys and girls basketball teams were in action last weekend in their state quarterfinal games at home. While the girls faced a season-ending loss to Tipton Rosemark, the guys won a hard-fought battle against an incredible Webb Bell Buckle team. It was the seniors that led the way this time, highlighted by Tariq Doughton with 26 points, Uriah Powers with 23, and Luke Burnett with 11.
Thank you for joining us on What's Up in the Upper School. 5 tips to leave you off with this broadcast. Visit Art Extravaganza this weekend. Along with that, come see the play. Keep up with our boys basketball team. Wash your hands and keep healthy. There's only 1 week till spring break.